Hello comrade, good to see you here. The third episode was quite toned down in comparison, but still fun nonetheless and very wholesome. Let's see if there's anything interesting we can find. I've just noticed that the opening has these posters, K-Now name for a band that is making music for a number of shows including spyxfamily, and Anya is the Agent 007 because of course she is, as we found out in the first episode. See that box over there? I shit you not, I fell asleep at least 2 hours later than I should have trying to figure it out. Luckily, Google exists, and it's actually a cool detail related to Yora's character. As we know, she is good at cleaning for all the wrong reasons, and Komono on the box stands for miscellaneous items in the KonMari method of cleaning. It's basically instructions about how to organize and tidy one's space, where you divide your stuff by specific categories instead of by rooms, toss the stuff you don't need, and keep what you actually should. Now, hear me out on this one. This box has no business having this much detail. Like, this is a place where the sides of the cardboard are glued together to form a box. It's extra work and it's completely unnecessary as it doesn't add to anything other than the size of the production team's schlong. It just shows that people go above and beyond for this anime. You can say that it's insignificant and why even bring it up, but this is one of many things, and together they give us that viewing experience we enjoy. One of those things is this certificate. Remember the interview invitation letter from the first episode? If not, there is a link in the description to my Reddit post where you can actually read that text. It's freaking elegant. In comparison to that, this is an official document. It's supposed to be, but it sounds very strange, although quite cute and goes as follows. The marriage affidavit we submitted to the government office. This is a solemn and sincere oath. The matters contained in this affidavit are true. Under the laws of Astania, the above persons are allowed to perform marriage ceremony. Something of the request of Mr. Loid Forger, Supreme Court of Astania, blah blah blah. We promise that in the new life we will have joy and happiness. Clerk of Astania do hereby certify. Okay, to my favorite things, the ones that make sense. You see, the timeline in the show is all over the place. Some things are modern, some are old, and we'll get back to that shortly. This, however, is spot on. This was one of the first mass-produced kitchen hoods for ventilation, which started in mid-1900s. The fridge is also quite appropriate. If this doesn't scream 50s or 60s, I don't know what does. Fuck dude, I just praised you for the attention to details. My friend, do you want to play a game with me? Find me 10 differences between these two pictures. Don't worry, take your time, pause if you have to, get yourself a tea, and there we are. The books are rearranged, the pen holder is moved, the rug is missing, you can't get outside anymore because door handles are gone too, the bed got smaller, the flooring decided to pull an alchemy move and reassemble itself in a different pattern, and the table got the entire side of it missing. Also, Anya's name is spelled wrong because of some minor production issues, so don't stress it. What doesn't have issues is Yora's efficiency. And if you weren't impressed with that, check this out. She managed to snatch 2 paintings from Loid's room without ever getting in, mind you. Not to mention that she should have had a nail with a suppressed hammer to mount those quietly since 3M mount was invented 3 decades later. And yes, this house design just keeps changing between shots. The kitchen wall goes from many small purple tiles to fewer bigger ones. This one contraption changes height and design as the camera moves, so yeah. Here's another amalgamate, creative copy-paste. Berlin Opera House on the outside, with some minor updates, but Vienna Opera House on the inside. Also, I'm no opera expert, so I went digging, and this is a piece from Estuans Enterius. Give it a listen. Now your ass is a bit more cultured. Alright, I do admit defeat here. I don't know any of those, nor I was able to find anything at all about these paintings or inspiration behind them. This seems to be completely original artwork and quite great at that. If you know something, please let me know in the comments. This show doesn't have any fan service, and I like it. Men and women are depicted very much platonic, but damn this 3D ass looks good. Now, what in the hell is that? I didn't give it much thought when I first watched the episode, but this camera is a clusterfuck. This is a complete fantasy from what I understand, because first, this was gone by the end of 19th century, well, maybe early 20th. Secondly, decent handheld cameras already existed in the 1960s. On top of that, you needed newer ones for the colorful pictures. Well, have a look at this chart. Lastly, this is too much. Like, what does all of it do? 3 static lenses, the bulb which is clearly battery powered as there is no wires or cable, it's just weird design in general. Also weird that someone is calling out a bald dude but there's no visibly hairless people around. Who are you talking about? Okay, I have to be misunderstanding something. There's no damn way you can make 3 spelling mistakes in a common word with only 4 letters when the actual correct way of spelling is right there. Maybe it's an acronym, like Charter of Rights and Freedoms, and the slogan for the place is, you have a right to remain hungry, anything you eat will be used against your wallet. I see a lot of fuss about this scene, and it's stupid. The fuss, that is. Loid is not letting Anya sit there unsupervised. You can clearly see his arm around her, even though it moves a lot between shots. Plus his reflexes, plus he knows about yours, self-defense. Anya will have to actually try to fall and get hurt. It's not happening. Also, the perspective here is very odd. The slope looks steep, then it doesn't, then it's steep again. The entire place looks like a maze, so you can see that some things don't add up. But it's okay, the scene is dynamic, and who other than me will be looking at it so closely? This, on the other hand, is not difficult to notice. A bar and bar. A place where they serve nothing less than a double shot, beer with vodka, champagne with white rum, etc. So tomorrow you know you've been to a bar and not some pedestrian drinking establishment. A bit off topic here. Have you seen Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers? If you haven't, what the fuck are you doing with your life? Go and watch the trilogy. Stop this video if you have to, that's more important. Anyway, there was a famous scene of urukais clipping through each other when the riders were stomping them. Since then, I pay close attention to 3D models in the movies and animes especially, given the latest tendencies. Have a look. Collision number 1. But wait, there is more. The collision number 2. Then, this lady is about to walk into a damn building! I know there is a door, but the trajectory doesn't match. Also, this movement is way too chaotic. People are going places. Never mind, they fixed it in the next shot. I guess the crowd has agreed to move in an orderly fashion all of a sudden. This guy, though, his earring magically appears halfway through, and it's quite noticeable. Seriously, we should have seen it, since his pierced ear was always turned towards us. What did I say about attractive men and women in the show? That granny's rocking that long-ass hair. Or should I say, ass-long hair. Yeah, I'll see myself out. Yay, we see German for the first time. Even though the central hospital is still spelled in English, psychiatry is, well, obvious, Haupteingang is main entrance, Besuchen with a P is visitor parking, and Therapiezentrum, you guessed it, a therapy center. Damn, what an episode. Wholesome as fuck, I can't stress this enough. Here's blushing Loid for you to wrap things up. Thanks for watching, dude. You're awesome. Have a great, whatever time of the day you have. Until next time. Cheers.